Yeah.
Okay.
It's the Laura and John show again. Go on.
What have we discovered in this last couple of weeks, John, about Bold Street?
Well, we've made some very surprising discoveries, some very interesting discoveries. Well, I think the latest, as you know, was just in the last 2 weeks we were on our way to the reference library, and on our way through St John's Garden I was pointing out to Laura how fabulous bricklayers they must have had in those days to lay those gigantic sandstone blocks. And an elderly chap going past us stopped to pass the time of day and make comments on the building. And in the course of conversation we were delighted because we mentioned Bold Street. And to our surprise he said, I worked in Bold Street as a child. And interestingly, his job, he said, as a 7 or 8 year old child, was to stand outside one of the stores, and when carriages came down the street, or taxis or whatever, he'd step forward a little small set of steps, put them by the door until the ladies got out, and then he'd go back to his post, take the steps back to.
Yeah.
And he's promised us
child labour in Bold Street.
That's right, yeah. But he's promised us he'll take part in any talks we have. He'll give us some information. He'll record for us, and he knew quite a lot. He knew quite a lot of me.
Yeah, he knew loads, and he actually lived in Chinatown, which is Nelson Street. It's quite an old community around there, isn't it? What else have we discovered, John?
Well, we've made contact with Waterstone's bookshop at the bottom of Bold Street, and there's a chap, a security guard, who is very knowledgeable on the history of the building.
Yeah.
And it's his assertion that it is the most haunted shop in Bold Street, which is right up our alley. But of course, Waterstones is noted over the last 10 years or 12 years, people stepping out of the door into a new time dimension. Yeah. And that's incredible, because that's not 100 years ago, that's happening right now. So that's an instance where we'll be seeing this chap later on, and we'll be able to see the store manager, see can they help us out in there.
Yeah. We've also discovered that Louis Daguerre, sorry, hon. We're just filming. We've also discovered that Louis Daguerre, a guy who created the first ever type of moving image called the diorama, brought the diorama to Bold Street, to number 5 Bold Street, which was a theatre called the Rotunda in 1828. It was the first city in the UK brought the diorama to. So that's today. We're going down to the library again to look for some newspaper clippings, perhaps, of this.
Yes.
Maybe an advert about it.
And of course, what we did discover now in its very early days, Bold Street was more a residential area than a shopping district.
Yeah.
It picked up as a shopping district. Later, it was compounded of boarding houses and things like that. And
boarding houses, a Freemasons hall.
Exactly.
Music halls, musicians, merchants, doctors,
surgeons, yeah.
Attorneys, cotton merchants, things like that.
That's right, yeah. Watchmakers.
Watchmakers. We found a couple of women living by themselves.
Yeah, yes.
In certain houses, which obviously was a bit controversial.
And some addresses where the occupant was just designated as gent.
Gent.
Which suggested like he was a man of means and just...
And money.
Lived a life of leisure, yeah, exactly.
A dapper gent. So today we're going to go down the street and interview the Waterstones security man. We're going to go to the reference library again. And what do you hope to achieve by the end of today? Well,
we've realised there is still a lot to be discovered, and what we'll do, I think, is just get our nose into the research and see what we can dig up, and we'll let them know on the next instalment of the Laura and John show.
Yeah. Thank you.
No problem.